Santee Cooper, meeting the growing energy needs of the 21st century while protecting the environment and natural heritage of South Carolina through its innovative Santee Cooper Green programs. Santee Cooper Green presents Living Green. The image of a computer data center is one we're familiar with from many science fiction movies and TV shows. In reality, they really are like the mind and memory of many large businesses. In fact, the U.S. Department of Energy estimates data centers use about 1.5% of all the power consumed in the country, a number that increases by about 12% every year. One of the many ways Santee Cooper is going green is by reducing the amount of energy used by their data centers.
One of the biggest components of the data center and the biggest cost to a data center is heating and cooling. Really not much heating, but really on the cooling side. In days past, data centers were largely held with enormous amounts of servers and processing power that required a lot of cooling.
With the help of virtual technology, large companies like Google, IBM, and Cisco go green and save money when it comes to energy consumption. This virtual technology and other green techniques now help Santee Cooper run their data centers more efficiently. The needs of the company used to require a large number of physical servers and thus a lot of cooling. But for the past 5 years, the data centers at Santee Cooper have undergone a big makeover. Instead of housing 247 physical servers, the data center now houses virtual hosts. 13 virtual servers can run off of each physical host.
Nowadays, with the introduction of virtual machines and virtual servers, we were able to compact our data centers and focus the cooling exactly where it needs to be, therefore becoming more energy efficient in our cooling formats, like introducing hot and cold aisle technologies.
Hot and cold aisle technology separates the hot air given off by equipment from the cold air servers and equipment need to run efficiently.
Cable management has been a big initiative here inside the data center. What we found is a lot what we call spaghetti. Everyone in IT, everyone at your house knows that when you look at spaghetti, all these wires are all collected behind your computer or within a cabinet. What we did is we tried to get rid of the spaghetti. That way it keeps the airflow efficiently through the cabinet. And everyone knows the cooler that you keep a piece of electronics, the longer it'll last you, the more efficient that it will run. One of the things that we did do by moving to the hot and cold aisle technology was able to reduce our heating capacity in the room. We have the capacity for 80 tons of cooling in this room. Right now we're only running 60 tons. So we've actually turned off 20 tons of cooling.
The environment in the data center is constantly being monitored to make sure the airflow, temperature, and humidity are where they need to be. By organizing and reducing the amount of equipment in the room and by cooling it efficiently, the data center now runs at 43 kilowatts, opposed to the 55 kilowatts it used to run on.
Part of our green initiative this year, our major green initiative in 2009, was to implement a power management strategy for our PCs. Part of that was every 30 minutes, if your PC is not active, it would go into a sleep mode. Basically turn off the monitor and turn off your hard drive, stop it from spinning. Just by doing that alone, roughly across 1,800 PCs, 1,600 monitors, and 500 to 600 laptops, we were able to save close to 100,000 kilowatt hours a month. One of the philosophies you could take from the data center and employ it into your small business or to your average retail customer is to make sure that you power off the equipment that is not in use. If you're not using it, power it off. Make sure your equipment is also cooled efficiently. If you've got that PC that's stored up underneath your desk drawer, make sure the intake is clean. Make sure it can cycle air through it so your power supply is not running not running at a higher speed, or the RPMs in your fan, because every server, every PC has a fan inside of it. Make sure that it can breathe. If it can breathe, then that fan won't spin as high, and make sure it'll run more efficiently that way. So if there's one thing I had to give back to the retail customers and our small businessmen is, number one, make sure that your servers are cool, and make sure you power them off when you don't need them.
To learn energy-saving tips and to get more information on energy-efficient initiatives and rebates, visit reducetheuse.com. Living Green from Santee Cooper Green.